All right, and we are at the 30. So welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. And Flav is she just got her tonsils taken out, so she's having trouble speaking right now. We're giving her some time to rest her voice and get better, and we all hope that happens soon. But for now, I'm going to be taking over in her spot. I know it won't be as good, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to try not to mispronounce any names in the process. And we have Eigen here back for an encore. I know a
Hey
lot of people
everybody.
weren't able to get him the first time, and we weren't able to get a recording. So we're really excited to have you.
Yeah.
If you want to do a
Hey
quick little
everybody.
introduction for those that weren't here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be back.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Of course, we have Idol with our first question to start you off. Do you like sapphire makeup?
All right. Okay. Do I like sapphire? I feel like someone asked me this last time. I don't know. I enjoy it as a meme. I'll say that.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of everything. I got this, you guys. Okay. Do you like seducing makeup? And actually, which one of those do you prefer?
Hold on. I gotta look up what the seducing makeup is.
Oh gosh. Can anybody put it in whispering here? This happened with
Oh,
I
I see
fear
it.
someone
Oh,
today.
it's from that that free
It's like
login
that
Fox suit.
weird green sapphire makeup. I don't know what
I
it is.
I kind of do like that one, and I think it's maybe not as good for the memes, but I think as a makeup itself, I kind of like it.
Oh, I
It's
think
definitely
it's
strange, but I think it has its uses.
yeah. I could see that. I am not a huge fan of either one, but I'm not going to get into that because people will start to get a little mad here. But I do agree. I think that one is a little bit better. All right. And then we've got Ruby jumping on with the second question here. She said, "You are my stolen treasure." Yes.
Well, at least that's what Instagram says. So,
Okay, Ruby. She also said, "How do you feel when Ari tried to beat you in rankings?"
um, if he can beat me on some chapter 17 levels, I will be impressed.
Okay. I haven't looked at the chapter 17 stuff. Are you pretty far ahead when it comes to the numbers on that?
Yeah. No, but it's
Funny.
always cool to see people starting to rank. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And okay, we have Kalea in here. Do you have cloud blouse and cloud pants?
I do. I have Cloud Blouse. I don't have the Cloud Blouse recolor yet. I have both colors of Cloud Pants, and I had a third Cloud Pants, which I decomposed and recorded it and made some people angry.
Oh no. And now they all know, and it's recorded for life. So Ruby again. Okay, she says dog or cat.
I like both dogs and cats. I think depending on the day, like some days I'm like, oh, I really want a dog, and other days I'm like, oh, I really want a cat. So I feel like someday I'll get one of each or multiple of each.
Oh,
Yeah.
they could be best friends.
Mm-hmm.
What about in game? Do you like the dogs in game or the cats in game?
I like the cats in game. Yeah.
Ellen
At one point, I
Meerkat.
had a bunch of them sitting around my house, but then I remodeled my in-game house, and there are no cats in there anymore. But
Oh my
I should
god.
probably put them back in.
I mean, you have cat in your name. How can you not pick cat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, we have Tori D. Your favorite cloud suit?
Favorite cloud suit? I'll have to think about that. As cliche as it is, I kind of really like the Stunning Beauty like recolor. Um, well, I actually have the game open, so let me swipe through Cloud just pretty briefly and see if there's anything
There's so
that
many
really
to
pops
choose
out.
from.
Yeah, there's so many. It's like it has more suits than any other nation, I think.
Yeah, it does seem like it. They're all gorgeous
Oh.
too.
Okay, here it is. It's called Cold Red. I think it was one of the lucky bag suits that we had during the Art of War event. But it's like that red and
Oh,
white dress. She's kind of turned to the side, has a sword. I really like that one.
yeah, that one's really pretty. I like anything with red and white in it though, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Erica said, is there a level that you aren't ranked in? I know there was originally. Is that true anymore?
Yes, there are definitely levels which I am not ranked in, mostly because I have not played said levels in a long time. So,
Yeah.
a lot of maiden levels in particular I haven't played in a while. Um, at one point this summer, I was on almost every level. I wasn't on 7-7 because I didn't have enough European tag items. You kind of have to be V13 if you want to rank on 7-7, or at least you used to be.
Yeah.
But this summer I was like pretty good about like being on every level, but some of those have slipped away. And I eventually
Are you
plan
gonna get back
on,
into it?
yeah, once Dreamweaver comes out, it's gonna change everything. It'll boost scores on every level by a noticeable amount. And so once I get the new soul items, then I'll go through and replay everything. Or almost everything.
Okay. I don't know a lot about Dreamweaver, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually leads into the next question. Suo said, are you prepared for Dreamweaver?
I am hyped for Dreamweaver. I don't know if I'm super prepared because I am very low on dies and starlight coins and stuff. But I'm definitely very hyped for it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to choose what you want to do with your stuff. Like, I'm still trying to go for Icewind here, and they're like, "Oh,
Hmm.
Dreamweaver's coming this month." Like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, yeah. I just got to the point with Icewind that I'm like almost done the princess items farming, and so I'm buying the recipes and stuff. So I'm like out of starlight coins, and out
Mm,
of my dyes are all being used for that. So I don't know. We'll
perfect
we'll see.
timing, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Diamond said, "I still don't know what Dreamweaver is. Can you explain it if you know?"
Um, there are definitely people who know better than me, but basically, on that home menu, there's a building that doesn't have a label on it that is going to, or there's multiple, but like it's the one sort of in the middle. Is going to be Dreamweaver, and basically, it's a new feature. It's a permanent feature. There's different characters, sort of have you. There's like a story to it, and they have like items associated with characters, and you have to like uh, craft these items by uh, turning in items or something. That's a very poor explanation. Um,
No, no,
there's
that
some
was
great
good.
resources on Reddit. People are putting out guides and stuff. Irie uploaded a video about it. I definitely recommend checking those out if you guys are looking to learn about Dreamweaver.
It's really exciting, though. Is there any characters specifically like you want to see first?
Not in particular. I'm just excited for the whole feature in general.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good aspect to add to the game. We've been kind of getting a little bored focusing on
Hmm.
events, so I think that'll be nice.
Yeah,
All right, we've got Alia saying, "Do you love Stunning Beauty more than Starsea?"
I do. I do. To be honest, I think Starsea looks a little strange, and I really love Stunning Beauty, at least the recolor. The original color is pretty good too, but the recolor is, uh, I don't know. My avatar for the longest time, or not, maybe not the longest time, but like definitely a couple of months was just the Stunning Beauty recolored dress, and then like the Mistbone hair and some other stuff. But yeah, I really like it, and I would have to say I like it a little more than Starsea.
Yeah, I think I agree on that. I don't dislike Starsea, but
Hmm.
yeah, Stunning Beauty is definitely better. All right, my computer is not letting me read what that name is. I'm sorry. Next question, though, is favorite lifetime suit.
For the looks, just like the looks of the suits, it would have to be Stunning Beauty Recolor. But I also really enjoy Grace because of all of the top scoring items it has. And just like with my play style, top scoring items is like everything. So in that sense,
Yeah.
Grace or Grace Recolor are my favorites. Yeah.
See, I'm so far away. I'm doing Icewind first, so I'm never going to get there. Crystal Rain said, which character is your commissions or story chapter ranking nemesis?
Oh, man. To be honest, I pay no attention to what characters are on what levels. But I'd have to say right now, Commission 4-2 is giving me a ton of trouble. I've thrown like 30 attempts at it trying to improve my rank, and I'm stuck at rank 15. So whoever that is on Commission 4-2, that is my nemesis.
That's funny. I'm going to have to, somebody should go figure out who that is. Our next question, they're going to ask themselves. So let me go ahead and unmute Cartesius so they can come in here. All right, you should be able to talk now. They're here. Is it not working?
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I have a couple of questions.
All right.
Yeah, what's your opinion on Miss Bone?
I like Miss Bone. I like the night version of her a lot. Particularly the hair. The hair is awesome.
Oh, okay. And I was wondering if you could do a British accent.
I can. I don't know if I want to embarrass myself by trying to imitate a British accent in front of this many people.
Not your fake one.
I mean, nah. I'm not gonna try to imitate one right here.
Oh, okay.
Because
never mind.
I'm pretty sure that I do a pretty bad job of imitating it, and so yeah.
That's funny. I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't have tried either. I don't blame you. All right, let me go ahead and get this fixed. All right. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. I think it's Riety. Says, do any of your IRL friends know that you're a mobile game legend?
Yeah, a few, I guess. So I found Love Nikki through some real life friends. And so I had like 3 different friends who convinced me to start playing, and then they suddenly started seeing my name all over the levels, and they're like, "What has happened to you?" So they know. And I have met up with a few of my guildmates in real life, so they're now my real life friends.
Wow.
And so they know who I am.
That's so
and
cool.
then also I keep trying to find new friends in real life who play this game. So like when I started at my new job this summer, they have like a new hire, like introduce yourself thing. And so part of my introduction was like, hey, I play this game and stuff. And so I've had a bunch of coworkers ask me about it, and they're like, show me your like rank 1s and stuff. And it was actually really cool. I was trying to demonstrate how the game worked to somebody, and I was playing stage 8-1, and I happened to get a rank 1 right in front of them while playing that.
Wow.
Just trying to demonstrate it. It was really cool.
That's amazing.
So yeah.
Do you have a hard time, like, for people who don't play, though, like, when you first start to explain? My issue is you're always like, you want to start with, so, like, it's this dress-up game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, wait, hold on, wait, what?
Yeah,
like, but
people...
it's more than that, I promise.
Mm-hmm. People definitely look at me funny, because they're like, why are you playing a dress-up game? But then I show them, like, oh, there's all these different Like there's so much more to do instead of just dressing up your character. So
Right. One of the first things I do is I show them like some really cool suit that like just looks really awesome and is not like, too girly or anything, so that they can be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. There's like guns and stuff.
yeah.
All right. Idol says, have you completed the recent Dream Pavilion event, and what is your favorite set?
Yes, I completed it, and I was pretty
Wow.
lucky completing it. I finished it with just under 3,000 diamonds, so I
Oh,
got very, very
wow.
lucky.
Yeah.
My favorite set, I forgot the name of it, but I like the one not in the box because the tail item, that big bow,
The
is
bow,
very,
yes.
very, very top scoring.
That's all I
So
want. But I spent
yeah,
like 1,500 already, and I still didn't get it.
yeah, and it's really cool looking. And I also I think the box for the boxed dream set is pretty cool.
hmm
It's unique. I don't think we have something quite like that
Yeah. There's
before
some cool
now,
Star
but
Quarter stuff already with it.
yeah.
Oh, look at Flava Flav. She said, could you explain your name for those joining us for the first time?
Okay. So first it is pronounced Eigencat. I've heard all sorts of pronunciations. People saying like Eigen or Eigen, stuff like that. It is Eigen. Eigen is a German word. I don't probably technically a prefix. I'm not sure if it counts as its own word, but basically that prefix is used in a lot of math. So anyone who's taken some linear algebra or differential equations is probably familiar with eigenvalues, eigenvectors, stuff like that. And I was a math major when I was in undergrad, so I wanted my like online alias to sort of be math related, and so I just picked Eigencat. Yeah, so that's what it
That's
is.
so cool, though. Like, a lot of people, just randomly choose things. I know I've done that with stuff before. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really cool that you put a lot of thought behind it.
Yeah.
All right. Diamond Rose says, favorite event suit from the Dream Showcase. Oh, we did that. Okay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. We just answered that question. Sorry. And that was actually, in case you didn't hear, the answer was the one with the bow. Not quite sure what the name is, but
Yeah.
that was the favorite suit, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. And then she also asked, how mad were you when you found out you had to spend all the diamonds on it?
I mean, it's always nice to have cheaper events. No one likes having super. I mean, there are some people who like having expensive events, I'm sure. I wasn't too mad about it. One, just because I got really lucky and didn't have to spend a lot. And two, I don't mind spending diamonds for stuff like this. It's what makes me, or part of what I enjoy about the game is getting new suits and stuff. So I wasn't too mad about it, but I know there are definitely some people who are like, "Oh, I'm spending 5,000 diamonds on this pavilion. I'm not getting any luck." So it's not my
Yeah,
favorite
that's kind of how
format.
I'm at.
Yeah, I do prefer events where it's not luck based. Like you have a set cost. I think those are
hmm
definitely the better ones.
Like, I'm all for, I guess, the pavilion thing, but I don't like that it allows you to get the same item more than once. Because even when I went
Hmm.
to decompose them, like, I know they're like 4 hearts, but I got one necklace out of decomposing 7 things that were duplicates from the pavilion. Like, it was just
Wow.
useless.
Hmm. Yeah, it would be
So
nice
I
if there
guess
was some sort
I'm not gonna.
of like uh maybe it's like, oh, you can get a max of 2 duplicates or something. Even that would help
Yeah.
things a little bit.
Yeah, because I keep getting the same bracelet over and over and over. And I'm like, I've gotten this 4 times now. I think I'm good.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I can't believe you did it in 3,000. Like, that's it makes me want to go spend another 1,500 to see if I can get it, but I know I'm not going to.
Yeah, I was
Alright,
definitely very
Super
lucky.
Chat. Do you have to get all top scoring items in a stage to reach the top 20?
It depends on the level. Some levels, yes. Other levels, you could totally be in the top 20, even if your base score is like, I don't know, 5,000 below the top base score. A good example of that, and this probably won't be the case after I say it. Right now, stage 7-7, it is a European tag level, but there are a bunch of people who have not replayed it since new European tag items came out. So my base score is like 8,000 below the top base score because I'm not high enough V level to have those like super high scoring European items, but I'm still rank like 13 or something. So you definitely don't have to have all the top items for some levels. Some other levels, like if you're looking at the princess levels that people farm for the lifetime suits, those are
Right.
really cutthroat. You need to have all or most of the top items, and you're going to have a hard time getting in the top 20 for those levels. But so yeah, it definitely depends on the level. But if you don't have all the top items, I'd say still go for it. I started ranking when I was like 1,500 wardrobe. I mean, it was a little bit easier back then, but definitely give it a try. You might be surprised how high you can get.
So it seems to just be kind of more based on, at least the older levels, based on what people actually take the time to go back and do, since it might have been a while. So you
Yeah.
heard it here, everybody. Go do 7-7 and see. All right. Alia said, what made you play Love Nikki?
So I had 3 real life friends who were playing the game, and they were trying to get me to play, sort of like jokingly, like, "Oh, you should play this game. It's a dress up game. You'll love it." And it's like not the type of game I had played before. And then I was sort of like joking, like, "Oh, someday maybe I'll try it out." But then one day I was just like kind of bored, sitting in bed, and I was like, you know what? I will try this game. And so I tried it out. And at first I got hooked by just like building my collection. And then one day I just all of a sudden wasn't really even trying, just got like rank 4 on a level. And I was like, whoa, I want to try that again. And then that's what I've been doing ever since.
It's strangely addicting, even like from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tori D said, what is your favorite hell event, including future hell events?
I actually really enjoyed the Art of War event that we just had a couple months ago, I guess. Weeks ago?
Right.
I don't know. Time is a blur. But
I know.
yeah, I really enjoyed the suits from that one, even though it was so expensive. Firm Mountain is probably my favorite suit in the entire game. So, and then
How do you
I
feel
also
about them changing that last suit, like censoring it?
Yeah, I wish they hadn't. But yeah, it's
I just
not.
feel like there's worse things in the game. I didn't understand the point.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there are probably reasons which are hard to explain, like some sort of reason they had to. But still, I wish that they had given us the quote unquote uncensored version.
Right. It's the same. It's not even that bad. Like, just give us the same thing.
Yeah.
Crystal Rain said, what is your new favorite level to rank in?
Let's see. I enjoy doing level 8-1 a lot. That's a really fun one. That's not really a new one, I guess. If we were talking new levels, 17-9 is a lot of fun, just because it's actually really tough to get everything right for stage 17-9. So I replayed that one so many times trying to get a good score. And so it's sort of like I enjoy that one, but also I'm tired of it. So, but yeah, I would say 17-9 is one of my new favorites.
No,
What was that? I think I missed what you said. Oh no.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something cut out.
Oh,
It
no
like
worries.
disconnected. I don't know how you have the patience for that. Like I have a hard enough time. Like I just finished chapter 17. I had a hard enough time getting through it the first time just to get S rank, and then having the
Mhm.
patience to like I tried to get better ranks after that, and I did it maybe 3 times, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, it is. It can take a long time, and it can be frustrating, but yeah, it's what I
What's like
enjoy.
how much
So
time do you spend on uh one stage at a time? Like how much time have you just like sat down and worked on one thing?
hmm it depends. Sometimes there's a level where I'm just like satisfied, getting in the top 5 or something. So, I'll throw like 10 tries at it or something, and usually that'll do the trick for some. But if I'm going for rank 1, and especially if it's rank 1 where it's like I need to have some of like the random fluctuations in my favor, there have been times I sit down for like 1 or 2 hours just playing a single level, burning
Oh
through
wow.
like 1,000 stamina.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, you are using a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
That's insane. So do you mainly do like do you do the princess levels as much as you do the maiden levels then? Because that costs extra
Mhm.
diamonds if you want to do it more than 3 times a day, right? Like, what do you
There
do for that?
is, yeah, there's a trick with princess levels that doesn't use up your attempt. If you just back out of the level before you finish it, it doesn't use up your attempt.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
That's good to know. See, I don't do this stuff enough. This is good information.
Now, I mean, you don't get a drop out of it, so you cannot use that trick
Right.
if you're trying to like get more drops. But if you're just trying to like improve your score or something, then just hit that back arrow before the level finishes, and yeah.
That's really cool. All right, okay, I pulled it up on my phone so I can read it now. So Leslie said, what made you stay in Love Nikki?
Um, Mostly it's like really enjoy getting ranks and stuff, but I also really enjoy just collecting more and more clothes and seeing that completion percentage go up. And also, I've really enjoyed like the community of friends that I have here. So I'd say those are the 3 biggest reasons.
Yeah, this community, it just is so amazing. That's definitely what's kept me going. Just so many great people.
Mm-hmm.
Brian said, okay, we kind of went over the backstory. Do you want to do like a quick little, for those that just joined, you don't have to explain the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing again, but just for your name.
Yeah, I'll do a quick version of it. So the name is Eigencat, and Eigen is a German prefix that shows up a lot in math, things like eigenvalues and eigenvectors. I really enjoy math, and so when I was trying to pick my name, I decided to use that prefix and then just stick it on with cat, which is I really like cats, so yeah.
It's all serious. Like, so I really like math, and yeah, I like cats too. So,
Yeah.
all right, mate. Mighty said, "Have you collected stam? There's only 15 minutes left." Well, there's 1 minute now, so
And it actually just ended, but yes, I collected my stam.
good for you because I did not. Erica asked, "How long have you been playing LN for?"
I started in let's see, I think it was early October of 2017. My first event was I'm forgetting the name. How am I forgetting the name? But yeah, October 2017. So a little over a year now.
Oh, wow. So last Halloween event, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know how long I've been playing, but it definitely was not that long. All right. A Righty said, "Is there any special reason why you chose Lambda to be on your DP? Is it because we're all on the same wavelength?"
Lambda is the symbol which is commonly used to represent eigenvalues in math, and because my name is sort of related to that, I often will use a lambda just to represent myself, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Mighty again said, "Eigen is 3 lucky, 5 me."
Mighty, you
I
just
don't.
need to get some cloud pants, and then your luck will improve.
All about the cloud pants, you guys. Crystal Rain said, "Do you have any helpful skill tips for new rankers?"
So first of all, make sure your skills are leveled up all the way. In particular, you want Smile and Charming and Picky Immune leveled up all the way. And it'll definitely be helpful to level up Gift Immune and Clock Immune. And then Sleep is another optional one if you want to try using that. But that's probably a little more advanced. But in general, I would say you're going to want to use Smile twice and Charming once. For one of those smiles, you want to use it in conjunction with Charming. So you do Charming and then Smile right afterwards. And then I would say practice on early maiden levels like Chapter 1 because your opponent will not be using attacks on you. So it's a lot easier to practice just getting your boosts correct. And then slowly work up to like Chapter 2 and 3 where they start using one attack on you. So you can practice getting your boosts and blocking that one attack. And then just keep practicing, and then you'll be able to handle when they're throwing 3 different attacks at you. So, yeah.
That's really good advice, actually. I'm going to try that. Like, at least I got the Smile and Charming thing right, but the rest of that I got to work on. All right, we've got Cartesius. We're going to get her or him back in here again. Sorry, I don't remember. Hold on one second. I got to get the role added.
Hello. Yes,
Hey.
I'm a
There
he.
we go. Hi.
So, if you found a plush of Fluffy Diver in real life, would you consider buying it?
I think I probably would, depending on the price, but I do like Fluffy Diver a lot, so I would probably do it.
Sweet.
We should get a bunch of plushies of those.
Absolutely.
All right, did you have any more questions?
No, I didn't.
All right, thank you. We're gonna pull you back out of here real quick. And then, where are we at here? Flava Flav said, "What is your very favorite part of the game?"
I would say my favorite part of playing this game is like all the friends that I've made through it. My favorite part of the game itself is that moment when you complete a level and it brings up that little pop-up and is like, rank 1. So that's a great feeling. It never gets old.
I wouldn't know. That's great, though. Ruby said, okay, last question from her. Do you prefer okay. Can you just read that? Eigen neg, eigen leg, Eigencat, or eigenvalues? Ruby, what are you doing to me?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. I'm assuming you prefer Eigencat, right? Like,
Yes.
what is happening? Ruby.
But I
She
approve.
just wanted to, like, tongue twist.
I approve of adding the eigen prefix to things.
It's a new language, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Suo said, on the topic of using skills, if the opponent has 3 skills, critical eye, sleeping, and clock, what skills would we pick to counter that?
So you're going to want to use Picky Immune and Clock Immune, and then you're just going to have to deal with being put to sleep. I know of some people who will try to use Sleep instead of Clock Immune, and try to force the opponent to not be able to use Clock by putting them to sleep. I think that's a little bit risky, but it works for some people. My preference is definitely to use Clock Immune and Picky Immune, and then just hope you get put to sleep at a time where you don't need to be using any of the other boosts or blocks. If you do go with that path or that method, one thing you can try is if they're about to put you to sleep, I'll usually just pick one of those 2 protection skills and just hit it and hope it's the right one, because using it right as you're being put to sleep will protect you for the next turn while you are asleep. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, for, I don't know the names of them. I'm really bad with this. But, for the ones that remove stockings and things like that, do you think it's really important to get the counters for those stages?
Absolutely. On some levels, your score might not be hugely impacted by losing your socks or your shoes, but I would say most levels, it can be even more damaging than being hit by critical eye. Just because you're missing out on a lot of boost, especially special tag levels. If your socks or your shoes have special tags that match that level, they're providing a pretty significant boost, and so losing them is going to hurt you pretty badly.
That's actually a really good point. I never thought about that. I'm always too lazy to want to figure out exactly what the timing is to even add that in there. And now I'm going to actually have to try to do it.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much. I hope you guys are learning a lot too, because this is some really good information here. Idol said, what does your current avatar look like? And he wants you to post it in whispering.
Right now, it is just me wearing the new association co-op suit, but I will go ahead. I made a few changes to it, so I'll go ahead and take a screenshot real quick. And I will post it.
Do you change it often?
I don't change it super often. But if I get for the new association suit, I was obviously going to show that off. So
right.
Yeah, usually I keep it the same most of the time, but if I get new stuff, really cool new stuff, I'll switch it out. Let's see.
Show off to everybody.
All right, about to post it in whispering.
I think I get so caught up in the rest of the game, sometimes I forget about my avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not the best screenshot, but there it is.
It goes really well with the dragon, though, from Ode to Glory. That's really cool. All right. We've got Mighty. What other games do you currently play right now? If you are only loyal to Love Nikki, what games did you play before?
Right now, I only play Love Nikki. But before I played Love Nikki, I was a RuneScape player for 10 years. From 27, or I started playing RuneScape in 2007, and I played through early 2018. If anyone else plays, I played RS3. I had a completionist cape. I had a master quest cape. But then I just got too busy with school and stuff, and then I also picked up Nikki, and I was playing 2 games and trying to do school. So I dropped RuneScape, just played Love Nikki now.
It's hard to rank if you're doing other games. See, maybe I just need to drop everything else I'm doing and just focus.
Yeah.
Might actually be doing something better here. Right, we have Tiny. Hi, Tiny. Any games that you recommend? Kind of going off of that, would you recommend any of those? Obviously, you recommend Love Nikki, but we're all kind of Nikki players here.
Yeah, pretty much just Nikki. I don't know if I would recommend RuneScape because it's sort of slowly dying out. So if you start playing it now, by the time you're high level, the game might be dead. I don't know. But yeah, I mean it's a fun one if you guys are looking for like an MMO to play. But otherwise, no, I don't really have great recommendations for you.
Now, do you do like Starry Corridor and stuff like that too, or do you just focus on like the chapter rankings and things? What other aspects of the game do you focus on?
I mostly focus on rankings. I do a lot with guilds and stuff because I am a vice president. So I spend a lot of my time trying to do some management stuff for that. I don't really do Starry Corridor. Every now and then, I'll throw something in there, like when we got the new association suit. Immediately put that in Starry Corridor. And sometimes I will like just look through at people's entries. We actually found one of our association members by we found them in Starry Corridor and then commented.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
add me, and then we went to her house and we're like, do you want to join our association? Because this is someone who was like ranking on a lot of levels. We're like, oh, she would be a great fit for us.
That's so cool though.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have a way of
Like,
contacting her. We're like, how do we find this person? And then we saw her
Right.
posting in Starry Corridor. So every now and then I'll look through Starry Corridor and see if I see any names that I recognize.
so Eigen is stalking the leaderboards, you guys, and he's looking for you. So if you're on there, throw something up in the Starry Corridor and you might get noticed. That's so funny. Have you ever done like a guild advertisement or anything on there?
I haven't done like an explicit advertisement. Mostly because I don't really do any hot listings, so the advertisement would be seen by like 200 people who are browsing new, and that's it. When we finished the first association suit, us and G Dragon were the first two to finish it, and we sort of had a celebration. We all threw a bunch of entries in Starry Corridor, sort of celebrating Smokethorn plus G Dragon. So I guess that sort of counts as an advertisement, but it wasn't like,
That's
oh,
cool
come join
though.
us. Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that you all did that together.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like being a vice president of Smokethorn? Like, is it a lot of work for you on top of having to rank, or do you balance everything pretty well?
It can be a lot of work, but luckily we have a team of 4 really good people who know what they're doing, and we all do our part, and so it's not like too much work, but it can take some time.
Do you like have specific stuff that everybody is like kind of set to do? Like, do you have your roles kind of laid out for what each of the like what vice president does, what
Mm-hmm.
president does, all of that stuff?
We don't have like explicit roles set out, but there are certain things which some people are like especially good at. So our president is like really good at organizing people and like sending out instructions. Like if we're gonna do a certain thing, she'll type up like detailed instructions and send those out to everybody. I tend to be the one who posts advertisements and stuff, but a few other of the vice presidents have also posted advertisements before. One of our vice presidents is always awake at reset, so she's the one who checks if everyone's done their commissions for today and stuff, while the rest of us are busy sleeping. So yeah, we all sort of like have roles that we do, but we're not like explicitly, I'm the only one who can do advertisements, or she's the only one who can check activity and stuff. No, we all sort of do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Yeah, and it works out pretty nicely.
That's good though. Like as long as you have a team that flows together, like that's all that matters. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got a good thing going, you know it kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Are your other members of your association into ranking and stuff too? I don't know a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
names of like who's on the leaderboard and stuff, but you said you were looking specifically like at people that were on the leaderboards for new members and stuff. Are they all like high ranking?
Mm-hmm. We tend to think of ourselves as like the ranking guild. I would say we have more like top 20 rankers than any other association. Capital has a bunch, but I think we definitely have more than they do. Um, but yeah, we tend to, like, when we're recruiting, we specifically ask people like, hey, do you have any top 20 ranks? Are you like interested in trying to get more and stuff? That's like can be a deciding factor for us when we're trying to recruit people.
That's really cool though. Like, so like I'm assuming you have like your dedicated Discord server and everything. Do you like all help each other like on different levels and stuff to rank up so you can all rank up together?
Yeah, we have like a channel dedicated to top 20 ranks, and so it's that channel is sort of like a combination of like people posting screenshots of them getting ranks, and then people helping out each other. Like if we have people who are trying to get tips and tricks, we talk about them there.
That's awesome.
Swiping. So a lot of times someone will post, "Oh, I just got rank 1 on this level," and someone else will go swipe it and like, "Nope, you're rank 2 now." So
so there's a little bit of competitiveness, but that's good. Like that, helps people want to do better.
Yeah, definitely some competition, but I think it's really great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nothing wrong with a little healthy competitiveness. All right, so we have our last question that we always ask. Who would you recommend for the show next?
Let's see. I would be interested in hearing from some other like guild leaders from like some of the other top guilds. I think there was some people who were planning. I'm not sure what you guys have scheduled, but
we do. We have a couple of things in the works. We do have Area 51 that just got announced, so that will be happening.
Oh, awesome!
That's
exciting. Yeah, but I would love to hear from like G Dragon, Capital, some of those other top associations, and some of their leaders. I think they probably have a lot of interesting stuff to say.
And I think everybody like has different things. Like each association is good with different things, so it's always interesting to hear like what they're all doing different from everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're so glad we had you. And Flav, of course, is sorry she couldn't be here. You guys, like, she's here, she's listening, and she's all over the place, as you can see. But she wishes she could have talked. But hopefully, I was able to do an okay job.
Yeah,
thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you. You might just be saying that, but I'll take it. Yeah, thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it. Thank you to our mods, as always, for doing everything in the background. We are going to have our after party, as always. So just as soon as we're done here, you can go ahead and switch over to the after party channel. And then we do have, I'm going to post the calendar here in a little bit, but we do have a couple of exciting things coming up. I already said one of them. We have Area 51 that will be joining us, and that's going to be on the 22nd. We'll announce the times and stuff for that as it gets closer. Next week, we have Viv, and I know a lot of you follow her on Twitch and things like that, so that's pretty exciting too, and I think that'll be a good follow-up for Eigen here. So, and then the 29th is also going to be really exciting. We have a holiday party, but we also have Flav because, she will be more than better by then. I will be interviewing her, and we will get to hear from the creator of all of this, and I think that's going to be really awesome. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, one more. Can I make one more recommendation for someone?
Yeah, of course.
I would love to hear from Sweet Cupcake, the one who made Nikki's info.
That's such a good idea.
Yes. I don't know. She seems like she's a very busy person, but
yeah,
I think that's probably my top request right now. That would be awesome to hear from her.
That's a great idea. We will, obviously, she is busy. We will try, though. That's awesome. That's a really good recommendation.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it. And thank you, Eigen, for being here. And if
Mm-hmm.
you want to go ahead and switch over to After Party, we'll get everybody settled in there if you don't switch over yourselves. And everybody will be unmuted in there, so please just make sure you follow the server rules and everything while you're there. And don't talk over each other, because sometimes we have, there's a lot of people in there. So just, be courteous and wait until people are done with what they're saying.
All right. Yeah, thanks for having me back.
All right, thank
All
you,
right.
everybody. Have a great day.